the minute you walk out that door. So please don't go. Don't go. Hey, good morning. Okay, I gotta tell you, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help but sing. If you heard it, I am not comfortable in my life singing because I used to quite a bit, and then I stopped. I don't, because I don't drive. Who sings when they don't drive? So anyway, if that escapes now and then, I apologize. Anyway, good morning. It's Tuesday, April something. Let's say 8th. Is it 8th? Yeah, today's Tuesday. Good morning. I slept last night without melatonin. It was really nice. I'm somewhat awake. It's kind of cool. So today enters, or I should say today, Vicky and I enter our first official day in lockdown. Actually, yesterday was our first official day. Actually, according to Vicky, we've been in lockdown now for as long as a week. But today it's official because we did a little bit of reading and a little bit of watching of interviews. And so between the two of us, we both heard that this week and next week are going to be pretty bad. And as far as COVID goes. And so to do our part, we're going to lock everything down. We're not going to leave the house except to walk the dogs or if I need to go for a walk because I'm a loony bird. So, yeah, that's no grocery shopping. That's no anything. It's a little spooky, a little creepy, a little weird, a little terrifying. And I only say that because while we believe we have somewhere in our cupboards, sorry, I got a hair right there. It's so annoying. We believe that somewhere in our cupboards we have at least a week of food. I got to tell you, our coffee creamer is down to only about 3 or 4 days maybe. So to do my part, I am now taking 1 cream and 1 sugar in my huge coffee. Instead of 2 creams, 2 sugars. Right now it's too hot to taste anything, but it's definitely stronger. I can tell you that. The funny thing is when I first started drinking coffee, you don't care, I'm going to tell you anyway. When I first started drinking coffee as a kid, my mom would give me these cups of milk, which weren't even milk. That's for another time. With a drop of, let's say it was coffee, a drop of coffee, though I doubt it was, Postum, a drop of Postum, you don't even know what that is, in the cup to slightly darken it. And then I immediately, when I started drinking coffee on my own, immediately from that went to black coffee, black coffee, black coffee, black coffee, and then black to sugar, black and sugar, black and sugar. And then as you get older, your desire for challenging things diminishes, so I started adding more and more cream. You know, who wants that bitter flavor? You know, cream it up, sweeten it up, doctor it up. Anyway, so now I'm down to 1 cream, 1 sugar, which you cared so much about. So, I don't know how long this lockdown's going to go. I don't know how long we're going to manage it, but I bet you I'm going to have some stories. Especially when we start running out of things. Like, for instance, we have lots and lots of dinner food. We have very little breakfast food. So, I don't know what we're going to be having for breakfast after a while. And therein lies the fun. So, I'll keep you posted on that. Now, as you know, yesterday's video sucked. Yesterday's video was so depressing because I didn't see the video until about 10:30 or 11, just before. I wanted to get it out before noon. I want to get these out before noon. The reading videos I do a little bit later. It's kind of nice to have things to edit all day. You know, it fills up my day with work, and I appreciate you helping me in that endeavor. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought. It happens. It really, really, really happens. But about the readings, the strangest thing has happened on my channel as fewer and fewer people watch this because they realize it's just a guy talking, and they're like, nothing, really, nothing happens. But now, oddly enough, I have more viewers on the readings than I do here in the morning. Although I'm sure Tim is probably watching here this morning. Good morning, Tim. You gonna leave me a note? You gonna leave me a comment? You gonna send me some money? Anyway, I always hit up my friends for money. It's just my nature. Anyway, shoot, I'm so tired. I'm gonna and for the next 20 minutes. You just sit there. It's my Hugh Grant impression. I've really enjoyed doing the readings. I'm really sorry that I didn't read more of a Grand Canyon. It's just the fact that when you leave these things behind as an author, you continue to grow. My books are, especially the nonfiction books, are kind of a static, especially the memoirs, are kind of a static image of time. And as time changes, and as I change, I look back on these and I think, what in the world, in the case of a Grand Canyon, how did I get here after being so sad for so long? How were people friends with me? I wouldn't want to have been my friend during that time. That's amazing. So now in hindsight, my friendships are even more meaningful, and I've lost most of them, so I just feel like an idiot at this point. Yay. But anyway, I'm going to put down my coffee. I'm going to pick this up. Welcome to Book 2, Climbing Maya. Climbing Maya is my second memoir, but it is a philosophical memoir. It is a memoir in the pursuit of an answer to a very important question for me at the time, which was, what is success? I had always been a fan of Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. If you haven't read it, you shouldn't expect to identify directly with the book. It was published in the early 70s. But the ideas in it really are amazing. And if I can just plug the audiobook for a minute, the audiobook is really wonderfully produced. So I was always a huge fan of that book, and I always thought it would be great to write a philosophical book and address some issue that had been left on the wayside of philosophy. And I ended up doing that rather well with Dynamic Pluralism. Dynamic Pluralism, A Revolution in Ethics, tackles the issue of ethics unlike any book before it. I'm incredibly proud of that book. But not so much with Climbing Maya. Climbing Maya, while a very, and I hate to say it this way, but it is a really good book that a lot of people have enjoyed, and I take a great deal of pride in that. But it's not a direct philosophical argument. It is a philosophical memoir. It is a book about my journey to find the meaning of success. So I'll be reading that in the coming days. I don't know if I'm going to read one chapter and realize that I've changed so much that I can't read anymore. It's a little bit scary in that I know that I've changed, but I didn't realize I'd changed so much just since 2000 or 2004. You experience the years go by, but you have this continuity of self-image, and you think that you're basically the same person. And in my case, unfortunately, I had a divorce just before that period. And the good thing about that is you like to you want to find periods in your life where there are definite beginnings and endings, because then you can actually see the change. You know, you can actually measure against something. I just cut a whole bunch out because I started going on and on, which is my favorite thing to do, but not my favorite thing to do. Anyway, I'm hoping you enjoy Climbing Maya. And if you're in lockdown too, I hope you stick around, and please, please, please share your lockdown stories with me. I would really enjoy comparing notes with others who are also doing this. I know that there's a lot of people who are doing this, and more power to you. I am not such a big fan of not getting out so much, but I can see the reason for doing it if you want to stay away from this COVID thing, at least until they come up with something to give you when you get it. You know, when I get COVID, I want to be able to just go to a doctor and say, hey. Or I want to, alternately, I want to go to a doctor and have them say, by the way, we have a vaccine for COVID. And I'll be like, it's 2040. But you never know. They could have it, you know, in 10 years. So that's about all I have for this morning. I honestly, I can't wait to get down to reading Climbing Maya. Reading these books, even though a Grand Canyon didn't work out so well, is something I'm having a whole lot of fun with. I never realized I would enjoy this as much as I'm enjoying it. And I guess I have you to thank partially for that. So have a great day. Be good to yourself. Be kind to others. Let's make this world a better place. And I will see you on the other side. And there you have it. You've just survived another Ken LaSalle video. For more information about new releases, projects in the works, or even stuff from the archives, head on down to kenlasalle.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and all around social media, just as long as it's called Facebook or Twitter. Thanks for your support, as always. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'll be back soon with more nonsense.